Hi, Bonnie.
Hey, good morning, Marissa. How is it going so far today?
It's good. It's good. How are
Well,
you?
it should be because this mini series is freaking amazing. I have watched all 7 episodes, and if I don't get number 8, I'm going to kill myself. Honestly, it's so good. And my first question is, when Charmaine's amazing book got on your radar, was your first instinct miniseries? Because had you made this into a movie, there's no way you would have been able to get all of this great material in.
Well, absolutely. And to start, it is not a mini series or limited series. It's an ongoing series. We have so much more story to tell. But
Okay.
that is
Oh, good. I did
precisely
not
what,
know that. Okay,
yeah.
good. Okay.
No, no, it's good. No, it's good to know. But that is a perfect question because it was submitted to me as for a feature adaptation for a movie, and I immediately read it and I said, I want to do this. There's no way that it's a movie. I don't know how you tell all of these characters' stories and how you travel all over the world for 60 years and in a couple hours. So there's so much more story to tell, and I just wanted to be able to take my time and really let the characters process what they've learned and
Yes,
really go to all these locations.
100%. So, okay, next question. What kind of
Mhm.
challenge did you face doing that? I mean, here you are, you've got this phenomenal book. You're turning it into this screenplay. And let's face it, a lot of times we read books, we imagine what people look like and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but what do you leave in? What do you leave out? What kind of challenges did you face, Marissa?
Well, luckily, I think whatever happened when I read this book, I just saw the show. I saw it. I saw all 8 episodes, and I pitched a very detailed 8 episodes to Hulu whenever they purchased it. I knew that I wanted to tell as much as I possibly could, which is why I didn't pitch it as a limited series, that it's ongoing, because there are characters we'll meet, in the midpoint of season 1 who we need that she needs her own season of television
100%.
to really to explore what Eleanor's secrets and how they impact her life and what she's going to do with the truth that she learns.
Yeah.
I wanted to just be able to take the time to be truthful because when you find out your whole life is a lie, you don't just like get over it in a day. You have to,
No.
it's going to affect your relationships. So what to leave in and what to leave out was never the question, actually, because of the way Charmaine writes, it was expanding things. That's
Mm.
the most sort of the adjustments we made. In the finale, you'll see that we made some changes, but it was expanding scenes that were summarized because Eleanor is telling us what she wants us to know. She's not building out the world. She's not telling us every character she met in Scotland. She's not telling us all the women she worked with. In episode 7, she goes into and enters a new world that
Yes.
is as a chapter in the book. And I had to build out the world and create these characters who Eleanor didn't reveal in the book. So it was actually an amazing experience because I was just expanding. It wasn't, there was never anything I had to leave out, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But the challenges for production and we're casting, finding actors, Mia Isaac and Chipo Chung, two
Okay.
people who can play the same person 50 years apart. That was the challenge number 1 after the scripts were written.
Okay. You're reading my mind because that's where I wanted to go next. Okay. All right. Mia, a freaking revelation. She is not only stunning, she's so good in this. Every emotion that she has to endure. And then you got Chipo, who I have to say looks like me. Like Mia looks like, I mean, it's insane to me. Like it's so believable as an audience member watching the transition. Like I would think it's the same person, 40 years later. Like, how did you cast these 2 ladies? They're amazing.
It's a miracle. It really is. Because that was what was afraid of. I didn't want to cast someone that we immediately are like thinking we've seen them in 65,000 movies
Of
and TV
course.
shows that took us out of the story. I wanted to get lost in this world that we were creating, but finding Covey first, finding someone who was authentically Asian and Black was very,
Right.
very important. And she is Chinese and Panamanian African on her father's side. And then Chipo Chung is Chinese and then Zimbabwean. And so, but I mean, their facial structure, everything, they never
Yes.
met. Chipo never met Mia before she's portraying the older version of her. But it was an international search, and our amazing casting directors, Aisha Coley and Vanessa Toll, found these people. And actually, an actor who was auditioning for the role of Lynn, Covey's father,
Yeah.
he's the one who said, who's playing Eleanor? And I hadn't cast Eleanor yet. And I said, I don't know, you got any ideas? And he said, you have to look at this amazing actress, Chipo Chung. And I looked her up immediately, said, oh my God. And then she happened to be an absolutely amazing actor. So it was like the stars aligned because it was very difficult to cast this project. But I mean, look at them. We hit the jackpot.
Oh yeah, you hit the jackpot. I mean, everybody in this is so good. And I do love the fact that nobody is really famous. Like I did notice, I mean, it was fun to see just in a small role, Mario Van Peebles. And then as I watched the end, he directed that episode. Like how
Yeah,
cool,
that
right?
was an accident. He wasn't even supposed to be in there. The actor had to drop out last minute who was playing the cop, and Mario just stepped into the role like a couple days before. It was amazing.
It caught my attention only because, as I said, nobody in this is really, really famous, which I love. I love meeting fresh faces and new talent, and everybody just works so well. And I can't imagine on set what it was like for Mia to go through some of these situations. Like, how did she handle all of this stuff?
The thing about Mia Isaac is she's a real young woman. I mean, she lives in Atlanta with her family. She has an amazing family. She's very grounded, very smart, very truthful,
Yeah.
and she wants to tell the truth. And she hadn't been through all of these experiences or any of
Mm.
these experiences that
Let's
Gabby
hope
had been
not.
through,
Yeah,
thank
let's hope
God.
not. Yeah.
And but I think she's just very smart, always reading, always asking questions. And as long as you know, with any actor, but with her specifically, you tell her the intention and the plan, she's there. And you really don't need to spend a lot of time directing her with the directors because she asks questions. She's very thoughtful, and she's an amazingly talented young woman. And I can't wait to see what she does next. She's so brilliant. I'm so grateful to her, and she's a great person, which
Yeah.
that's also important too.
It comes across. It truly comes across. I mean, I can't just recommend this more here in Canada. I'm speaking to you from Toronto, from Canada, and we're getting it on Disney Plus here. So we get a lot of the
Yes.
Hulu stuff. So it's wonderful. And I immediately logged into my account last night and I'm like, darn, they're only on number 4. So I need to wait until 8 now because I can't. But I really, at the end of this, after reading Charmaine's book, after writing this, after, and I hope, as you say, if it's a series that there's going to be more for us coming. What did you learn from these characters? Did you learn anything?
Oh, I learned a lot. I mean, I learned a lot about Jamaica and the culture and living there and being with the people. I learned, about Caribbean culture and just the marriage of cultures. But just one of the things that really landed on me, I have a huge family, was just the fact that we aren't guaranteed time with the people that we love.
Yeah.
And if you haven't spoken with someone, if you're estranged from someone, like call them if you can. I know it's hard. It sounds easy, but it's really hard to do and to tell some truths you've been holding on to for a long time. And I did. I had stuff with my family. I confessed to my parents stuff I hadn't told them in like 9 years. And it was so funny. I was waiting to tell them this big secret, and they were like, "Oh, okay." They were like, no big deal. So it was so much bigger in my head than it was to them. But I think that's what I took from it, is just, if you have the people in your life now, rather than record the story and have them have this one-sided conversation when
Yeah.
you're gone, try and have the conversations now if you can, if you're so lucky as to have them in your life.
Amazing. Great advice for sure. Well, again, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for this series. I can't believe how I just it's riveting. It's so,
Thank
so
you.
good. So congratulations to you. And thank you so much for your time today, Marissa. Appreciate your speaking with you.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.